Hello guys, this is Greg. Welcome to my new video in ILN Video Challenge. I'm doing 100 videos day after day for you, sharing my tips, my knowledge, my experience, and my daily insights. And today on the screen you see a specific person, quite famous guy. This is Richard Branson, the owner and the president of the Virgin Group. He is a kind of a role model for me as it comes to entrepreneurship and as it comes to overcoming life obstacles and going beyond any of possible limits. He's exceeding his own activities, he's exceeding as a person, he's always trying to go farther and farther and go beyond those limits. And today I would like to share with you some of my insights based on the story that I read on his webpage, his blog, because he's blogging and sharing his own experiences and insights quite often. You can, by the way, access those posts on the Virgin website. Go to Google and look for the Virgin company website, and there you will find his blog posts. So in those days that are now, there is the 17th anniversary of getting the Virgin Group, Atlantic Virgin, on the South African market. Atlantic Virgin is referring to the airlines that Richard Branson is the owner of. They are quite cheap airlines. And actually, those 17 and even more years ago, the Virgin Group tried to get on the market to start a cooperation with South African government, but they had a lot of obstacles. They had a lot of uneasy negotiations with the government, and they were in quite a good contact after many months with the South African Ministry of Transportation. However, this did not changed into concrete contract with Virgin Group, and the Ministry of Transportation, the minister, the representative, was giving a false hopes and false promises to Richard Branson and his team, and he was saying that yes, really, government and South Africa is interested in starting cooperation with you. But it just finished, for many months, it just finished on simple promises. And Richard Branson and his people were starting, but they were very determined because of course they wanted to exceed the business and give also the opportunity for South African people to travel easily to Europe and from Europe to Johannesburg. And they were determined, and they came at some stage to the idea that they need to behave in quite a tricky way. They need to think out of the box. And what they did was that they organized a press conference. They invited a lot of journalists, and they said in this press conference that the contract is already signed. So they did something that was not actually true at this moment in physical reality. And they said that this is a really good move for South Africa government, that it will increase the number of jobs for people in South Africa. It will also help to increase the lifestyle level of people living in South Africa, especially in Johannesburg, because they will be available to travel for quite low prices to Europe and all over the world, from Europe, for example, first to Europe and to other places. And it was, really tricky situation because the government get a lot of prize from the journalists, and the popularity of the government rise very high and very fast, and it was of course something that the government liked very much. So there was no other option for the government, from the Ministry of Transportation, than to sign this agreement with Virgin Group in reality. And this is how it happened. The Virgin established itself on the South African market, and the people had the opportunity to fly from Europe to Johannesburg and Johannesburg to Europe, to London. So it is really a fine example, I think, to get some ideas out of this. And guys, I have 3 ideas that I would like to share with you that come up in my mind when I read this story. First thing is that when you are doing business, especially when you are doing business and you are engaged in some negotiations, you need to be tricky sometimes. You need to think out of the box. You need to go out from your comfort zone and look for new solutions, for new approaches, and have this courage to implement new things in your strategy. The second thing is more related to creating relationships and to maintaining these relationships. I think that you should mainly focus on the positive things that the person that you are negotiating with, or your customer, your lead, your prospect, that this other person has in himself or herself. So you should not to be too much criticizing, too much judging, but try to prize the other person. Try to really appreciate what that person has to offer, and appreciate the fact that this person has some positive qualities in himself or herself. So this is really important, because no one is actually, yes, no one is looking for too much critics. Of course, that person, it's good to speak with the person that are open for the words of critic, but it's much more easy to create a stable and really long-lasting relationship when you start it with positive qualities, with positive words, with positive feelings, with positive opinions. So I think that you should take this lesson into your heart and just implement it when you will be reaching for new persons that could be interested in yourself, in your business, in relationship with you. And the third thing that I would like to share is somehow more general. It refers not only to business but to life in general. Is the fact that, Richard Branson and his team had the idea what they wanted to achieve. I also covered this in some others of my videos. You can watch them on YouTube, and some also on my blog. They had the idea what they wanted to achieve and what they wanted to reach. This was the contract to be signed by them and the South African government. Whatever you want to be manifested in your life, first you need to have the idea of this. First you really need to want it. You need to be dedicated. You need to be focused on what you want to achieve. You can look at this story and really get this knowledge that when they were negotiating with the South African government, they had a lot of obstacles, a lot of stubborn obstacles, a lot of problems. And this idea of using this tricky strategy came as out of nowhere, just popped out from their mind, from the mind of maybe in some discussion that they had on the new approaches that they should have. Just the idea appeared, and it appeared thanks to that they were determined to find the solution, that they were determined to change their situation in those negotiations, and they were determined to reach their goal. So whatever you want, if you want something to happen in your life, if you want something to appear, to make a real manifestation, first you need to have the idea that it really happens, that you are capable of getting to this point. And you not only need to have faith, or maybe not faith, but just confidence that you will, it's better, I think, than faith, having the confidence that you will get to this point. But you need to be determined. You need to make actions. They were thinking, they were rethinking the strategy. So they were having this process of thinking also. They were doing something. So you need to be persistent. You need to put some efforts into place. So these are the three ideas that I wanted to share with you. Now I will switch to another picture. This is a picture of Virgin Atlantic plane. And I wish you to reach high in the skies, to implement those strategies and also implement other things that I share with you on a daily basis, and to improve in your business, improve in your relationships with people, improve in your life in general, and reach for those goals that you wish to achieve. and be like Richard Branson and have the air, the plane that will take you high in the sky in your hand. Control your destiny and go after your dreams. I wish you all the best. I also ask you to share your comments, your insights, to share this video with others. And when I place it on my blog, because I will be doing this, please share also my blog post and with your own words, with your own comments, and take the most of this training for yourself and implement those steps so that you will improve your lifestyle, improve your business skills, improve your business in general. I wish you all the best. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.